Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, Pakistan have been whitewashed at the hands of Bangladesh. So finally, the misery comes to an end as Bangladesh defeated Pakistan. They chased the target down with relative ease. Not many things to worry about because there was no competition from the other end. So I think it's been pretty plain simple. So we do talk about that in detail and the heroics of the Bangladesh team. Regardless that Pakistan's performance was horrible, you got to give credit to Bangladesh because they played exceptional cricket and they always, I think, would be recognized for playing quality cricket and whitewashing Pakistan at home for the very first time. So if I look at the comparison since the year 2022, we lost to Australia, we lost to England, and now we lose to Bangladesh. So I think it's been remarkable. And another stat that reached my knowledge today as well, courtesy of senior sports journalist Moeez Shah Saab, is that Shan Masood has become the first captain for Pakistan to lose his first 5 test matches as a captain as well. So I mean, records galore, and at the other end you then end up saying that I'm not going to resign. So I think that is just quality stuff happening right now in Pakistan cricket. The fact is that, you know, even if you're losing, win or lose is part of the game, but there needs to be a bit of intent on the other end, but that was clearly missing from this team. And I think just saying that we are sorry, we are disappointed, would not answer all the questions that have raised now over Pakistan cricket and the plans that are proceeding as well. So we do talk about that in detail and we give you all that is to discuss there as well. And then of course we move on and we discuss Champions One Day Cup as well. The Gary Kirsten saga continues. He's going to monitor this tournament, and of course Saklan is going to mentor Panthers in the Champions Cup. PCB Hall of Famer Waqar Younis is going to mentor Lions. The event is going to start from 12th till the 29th of September in Faisalabad. That is a real positive sign for me as well. But considering the Champions Trophy coming up, I think we now need to give current performers an opportunity. It's got to stop now from bigger names, and it's got to move now to people who can perform for Pakistan whenever required. We discussed that, then we move on to the ICC World Test Championship, where the ICC has confirmed the dates of the final, which will be played at Lords as well. And of course, it's going to be a spectacular third edition of this World Test Championship. It's going to be played from the 11th till the 15th of June next year. So remarkable. The home of cricket is going to once again host the World Test Championship final. Then we move on to the Paris Paralympics 2024. China leads the medal table. They've been absolutely exceptional with 45 gold. Great Britain 29 gold medals at number 2 in the United States with 15 gold medals at 3rd place as well. That's what we're discussing in detail. Time now to introduce our guest. First of all, joining us is in studios our sports expert, international cricket commentator, broadcaster, presenter, Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam, Ahmed. I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We've also been joined by a first-class cricketer and expert on our various platforms, Kashif Majid. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam. Perfectly all right. Thank you, Ahmed.
And we've also been joined by a senior cricket commentator and a senior expert as well. She's an integral part of Sports Extra, Leena Moin Aziz. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Ahmad, and my salams to everyone in the studios. I hope you guys are well and not too cynical like I am.
Well, I guess all of us share this moment of grief, but when it comes to you, I think you're the more sensible of us. So you can probably, find those words to describe whatever has unfolded. Because obviously, I think everybody right now across cricketing fraternity who's been supporting Pakistan cricket in every downfall, in every up, is clearly gutted at the moment.
Ahmad, I mean, everyone in the country is echoing your sentiments, my sentiments, our cynicism regarding the Pakistan team and its abject performance since not just now, but 2023, ever since the time we lost 3-0 to England, and then we kept losing to Australia and New Zealand, henceforth, more and more losses. So yes, very disappointing to lose to Bangladesh. As losing is disappointing, but if you lose to a team like Bangladesh or Zimbabwe, who was considered below us, of course then the grief is even much more. But then we've got to scrutinize every move and see where we are going wrong. First of all, let me start by the most recent event. Okay, now Pakistan has got a very busy red ball schedule coming up in the next few months. So it was very, very important for us to play in the month of October before the team would arrive in Pakistan. It was imperative that we started our first class season with a red ball Quaid-e-Azam trophy. But instead, some Aristotle, who's sitting in the Pakistan Cricket Board offices, thought that we should start our domestic season with a white ball tournament in October. Instead of giving our boys the month of October to play red ball cricket and get ready for England, we opted for the opposite. Now, I would want this Aristotle to come and help me with my writer's block so I can finish my book and various other problems in my life, which Aristotle can only solve. So I would want to invite this Aristotle to my house, have a cup of tea with him or her, and then move forward in my life. So first of all, there is the biggest problem, this one. Then you come to the Pakistan team, the captaincy and all. I felt the team there was some problem, within the team, and then that's a very commonplace thing to say, but everyone could sense that we didn't bat as well. We underestimated Bangladesh. We couldn't play proper pace bowling. 145 that Naheed had to offer. We couldn't play that. We couldn't play the spin of Mehdi Hassan Miraz. We couldn't play Shakib's spin. We couldn't play, a military medium outswinger of Hassan. We couldn't play a Shariful in the first test match. Then our batters, I fail to understand how they bat, how they can't take pressure. Babar Azam is in the most woeful form of his career. He needs to take a break from cricket. If Shaheen could be dropped, Naseem could be dropped, so could Babar Azam. So I don't expect to see Babar Azam in the next test series. He should be dropped. He should take some time away from the game and find out what's wrong with him. So, we need to also get physically fit to survive 5 days of test cricket. We need to catch better. We need to be in longer partnership, take a leaf out of Litan Dak's book, Mehdi Hassan Miraz book, when it's 26 for 6 and they still survive under pressure. So also the last thing I'm going to say before I give other people a chance is that we need to come to a realization that Pakistan is not anymore in the top teams of the world. We are in the lower cadre, whereas Bangladesh, not even Bangladesh, they're probably higher. Zimbabwe, Scotland, Ireland play, and we need to understand that and build from there.
Absolutely. I mean, it was discussed today that, when was the last time Bangladesh played a quality team, and they've done it after a while. And I ended up saying that, no, they haven't done it. It's still not a quality team. So I think that is the reality. But many things have unfolded during these past couple of days, Kashif, and certainly one of them is that there is lack of clarity right now in every department that you can think of with Pakistan cricket.
Ahmed, when we talk about this team, we do talk about the quality of the place. I have grown in 90s, started watching cricket in the early 90s, and I know for the fact there was a time in Pakistan when Saeed and Amir used to open with Ijaz at 3, Inzamam at 4, Salim Malik at 5, or Asim Mujtaba at 5, and then 6, Rashid Latif, Moin Khan, any one of them can play. Wasim Waqar, Shoaib, Azhar Mahmood, Abdur Razak, and still we lost to Zimbabwe at home series. It was actually a 3-match series where we lost the first test and next 2 couldn't happen due to smoke. I still remember those days when there was a lack of media available, because we came to know these things in the next day's newspapers normally, and still we know that there is something going on in between the team. There is something going on when we talk about the captaincy. I still remember those West Indian tour where 3 or 4 players along with Javed Miadad is doing net at a separate net, and Wasim with other players are doing net, there is separate net and the separate time. So I still believe when egos or the personal egos become bigger than the team's motives, this is bound to happen. And it's just not about the team's egos, it's about the people sitting in Pakistan Cricket Board. It's about all those guys at the helm of the cricket affairs who think that they know much better than the other guys, and this is where the individualism come into play, and most probably this is how it affects the whole nation. Everybody is talking about losing to Bangladesh at home 2-0. Yes, they have won against Australia or other nations in the test arena, but at home. Away from their home, Bangladesh was not a side where we can say they're a great side playing away from the home, but still we lost to Bangladesh at home 2-0, and when you said in your intro, since 2022 nobody's talking about test cricket. It's about other teams coming and bashing us in our home own backyard. And most probably when we talk about the performances, I'm not sure we use the word performances. I'll be talking about more about the capacity and capabilities of these players. I think this is just not up there to the international standards.
Absolutely. Kiasif Ahmed, what would you like to highlight? You must have been aware of whatever was said after the post-match press conference as well. The captain refused to accept that he's going to resign. He said, I'm not going anywhere. So nobody clearly wants to take responsibility right now or even accept that they're at fault.
Well, actually, simply said, I have apologized earlier and I'm apologizing again to the nation that we lost against Bangladesh. The presser was, of course, that, plenty of question was pretty much harsh towards Shan Masood, but he's so good in front of camera while he's answering the questions. Some technical questions been asked, and that was really important, that the 8 of the players, they got out behind the stumps. What does it mean? That either they were playing some rash shots or playing away from the body. Was there any problem in the technique? That was the question. He said, no, everything was okay. And of course that you can't be perfect all the time. Yes, we made mistakes. We are learning. And of course that the passage of time will sort out these problems. This is what he said. But I think that when we see this, the stats of this match, you see that Khurram, the way he was bowling, and then of course Muhammad Ali. There were our 2 prior fast bowlers in this match, and then of course Mir Hamza. We brought Abrar again on the pressure, or you could say that the social media pressure, where everyone was talking about, or the way Mahdi and Shakib Al Hasan got wickets in the first match on the last day. We didn't prepare well. Shan Masood said that we didn't play red ball cricket from last 9 months. I think it wasn't a proper or an appropriate answer, because you are a professional cricketer. Either you are playing a red ball, white ball, you should just according to the situation. If you are playing, if you're the skipper of the red ball cricket, of course that will ask you that if you're not playing, it does not mean that you're losing a home series against Bangladesh. And it's a historical day for the Bangladesh that in 24 years, they have beaten first time Pakistan and bilateral series and away series. I think historical moment for the Bangladesh, and their players, as Ms. Lina was talking about, they've taken the responsibility. In an answer of the question, Mahdi said that when 26 was 6, I have said to my captain, I have said to my skipper that I will definitely do something special with Liton Das, you don't worry. And that was the positivity, and that was an energy. I'll do something special for my nation. And they had done a superb job, amazing job, spectacular moments for, of course, for the Bangladesh. And their skipper, that all time I always talk about his, positivity, the way he has taken this role, 25 years of age, and not really experienced in test cricket, but even then the way he fought and led from the front, it's been amazing.
It's remarkable, absolutely. Yeah. But I think all of the events that have unfolded, let's take a look at this report by Sabah.
Najmal Hassan Shanto, the proud captain of Bangladesh, lifts that beautiful trophy.
Bangladesh outclassed Pakistan by 6 wickets in the second test at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium to win historic series by 2-0.
Have gone on to win the first ever series.
Plenty of records broken and made, and the group can be very, very proud of what they've achieved.
Tigers chased 185-run target on day 5 with veterans Mushfiqur Rahim and Shakib Al Hasan registering their first ever series win over Pakistan. Pakistan now lost 5 straight tests, 3 against Australia and 2 against Bangladesh. Bangladesh opener Zakir Hasan provided a blistering to the run chase by attacking Pakistan's bowlers. The left-hander smoked 40 runs.
Oh, short ball is thumped. That is a fantastic shot. He's really climbed into that.
Skipper Najmul Hussain added 38.
He doesn't like Salman bowling there. That's why he's been attempting this stroke.
And Momin Al Haq made 34 runs.
Was well in front of square. and goes through.
Mushfiqur Rahim and Shakib Al Hasan remain unbeaten with 22 and 21 runs.
This one is playing out all in Bangladesh's hands at the moment.
Mir Hamza, Khurram Shehzad, Salman Ali Agha and Abrar Ahmed took 1 wicket each for Pakistan.
Gone. So in the air, there's a chance for Miroff. That will be a soft dismissal. You might call it.
Litton Das declared player of the match for his crucial 138 runs in first innings. Mahdi Hassan Miraz declared player of series.
Talking to him, player of the series, 155.
There you have it, all you need to know about this series in this report by Sabah. Leena, I would be very interested to know what Noshirwan would say after this disappointment, because you know, for the love of cricket he has from his maternal genes as well, he's bound to say something at least. You know, that's just for the next generation of players. But at the same time, I would also like to, you know, ask you to elaborate on the captaincy, and which has been absolutely poetic of comedy errors, that you're defending less than 100 runs, you don't go for a third slip, you've got a one-day field in place, and at the end you end up saying that I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you know, frankly speaking, you know, I expected much better from Shan Masood. We lost the series 3-0 in Australia, but I saw some positive signs in his captaincy, his field placing in particular. So I would be equally surprised as you are that he didn't have the third slip, particularly when you defending a low total. So very, very sad for me. But I do also feel that a knee-jerk reaction right now is not the way forward, because if we sort of change Shan Masood, who do we get? We can't get Babar Azam back. He's not good enough in my book, or anyone who knows cricket in their book. Rizwan, yes, we can get him, but if we started with Shan Masood, let's just give him this whole season and let's see what he can do. I mean, let's see if, like Gillespie was also saying, that they've made mistakes. They know how to, they identify the areas. They, you know, one is not being able to handle pressure, even in bowling or batting. If you talk about Noshirwan, he often says that Pakistan can't kill the game. Once we have the opposition under the cosh, under our foot, we can't press the pedal. You know, like we had them 26 for 6, we should have dismissed them for maybe 100. Even if they were a partnership of 50-60, we should have dismissed them for 100. But then our bowlers, you didn't have the fitness to come back after lunch and produce the goods once the pitch was a little not so much as in their favor as early morning. Our spinners, you talk about spinners, I think it was the right move to bring Abrar. He should have played the first test also. But in Abrar's defense, I would say that, you know, he was also rusty. He was coming back after a long time. So, you know, he needed to sorry. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
So he needed some time to get his rhythm, and in the last inning you saw him bowling slower in the air, and he was getting more purchase. So yes, I would not drop him. Anyone, I mean, all good teams these days on any pitch, the fastest pitch, they wouldn't drop their spinner. Nathan Lyon wouldn't be dropped. England wouldn't drop Shoaib Bashir, or earlier they wouldn't drop Leach. So, you know, everyone in India wouldn't drop Jadeja or Ashwin. So all of them would go with one spinner. So we need to give him time, and we need to give him a longer go. You know, spinners need more and more overs under their belt and more matches to perform. And he's young, so we can't keep dropping him and benching him for 8 months, 1 year, and then saying ask him to perform straight away in one test. So we need to do that, and we also need to, earlier in the you know, I said that, you know, the first class season, the domestic season has to be structured properly. Like before the test series, there should be a red ball domestic Quaid-e-Azam Trophy. Once we have finished with Quaid-e-Azam Trophy and the home test season, then we should move on towards one day and T20. We are going in the opposite direction. Chairman cricket boards are changing every day. So, you know, there are massive amount of problems we've got, and we've got to, as a cricket team, learn how to perform under pressure, especially the fourth innings, the second innings, the batters. They need to understand not to play those shots away from the body. They're not spring chickens. All of them are over 30 years old. A few of them might be younger, but they need to understand, that the team is under pressure. They need to understand how to play the situation. If you're 5 down, you can't flash at a ball which is away from you, not move your feet one bit, and you're Babar Azam or you're a Shan Masood. You can't do that and give an edge to the keeper or the slip. So, we need to also be brave. I was happy that Shaheen and Naseem were rested and domestic bowlers were given a chance, and they performed well, by the way. They didn't perform well. It was our batters who let us down. But we also need to drop Babar Azam next test match. For 16 innings, he hasn't gotten a 50. So he needs to go away from the game and sort out his technical issues. He's got some now in the domestic season. But also the deciders, people who decide about what red ball cricket, domestic cricket is going to happen, when white ball, they need to have some sense. If you give a class 5 child a problem solving thing about, say, Pakistan cricket, he would also know that just before the test season, there needs to be a domestic Qaid-e-Azam trophy, not some champions thing. And by the way, I don't like this mentor thing at all. There is a conflict of interest also. Waqar Younis, if he's a director, he can't be a mentor. And also, these mentors are not going to do anything. The 6-team system was doing absolutely well, the regional system. You could have made it into an 8-1, 8 tiers for the 8 teams in the first tier and 8 in the lower tier on a promotional and relegation system like football. And that would have worked well. And all this talent, by the way, which is playing right now, all the fast bowlers we saw, Salman Ali Agha, Saud Shakil, are a product of that system, the regional system of 6 teams, not any departmental system.
Absolutely. And I think that being said, it's time to take a look at another report. There have been stellar performances, not from our side, but from the other side. So let's take a look at this report on Hassan.
Monday was a landmark day in the history of Bangladeshi fast bowling. When the visitors wrapped up Pakistan's second inning for 172, they did so with their fast bowlers taking all 10 wickets. It was first for Bangladesh in Test cricket. Pacer Hassan Mahmood made history for Bangladesh by becoming the first Bangladeshi fast bowler to take a 5-wicket haul against Pakistan in Test cricket on Monday. Mahmood became only the third Bangladesh quick in the last 11 years to take a 5-4 in Test cricket. Mahmood's performance capped a promising series with the ball. He bowled well in the first Test too, removing both openers in the first innings and dismissing Shan Masood in the second. Hassan Mahmood, who picked up a maiden 5-wicket haul in Test cricket, vindicating the selectors' decision to bring him into the long format after a strong start in white ball cricket.
There you go. Malaika in this report tells us about the stellar performance of Hassan Mahmood. He's been absolutely superb. If you look at the right areas, look at the pace, it was up there as well. And I think bowling those dedicated channels day in and day out is something that you need in Test cricket. And I must say, Kashif, that I have been personally very impressed. And I think it's just a remarkable movement for young fast bowlers to see, what you need to do in Test cricket as a bowler, and that too is half temperament.
I guess that reminds me of Matthew Hogarth from England. Outswing, 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 and straight run, and that is it. A slightly quicker version of Matthew Hogarth, most probably, but he was doing something very good, that is consistently hitting the right areas, right lanes. As a right arm bowler who used to bowl outswing to the right-handed batsman, there is bound to happen that ball is flying towards the slip or the keeper area, and this is where Hassan Mahmood took his majority of the wickets, and hitting those off stick, top of the off stick, the bails on the top of the off stick, that is again one of those classic dismissals from an outswing bowler. So yes, he's doing good, but important thing is, are we playing good cricket against Hassan Mahmood, or is Hassan Mahmood a quality fast bowler? That is again a question that has to be answered. But considering the fact that going through this Pakistani bowling lineup, I am really happy with Khurram Shehzad, the way he has bowled. So this series, most probably this series and the previous one, the find is Khurram Shehzad with his quality fast bowling. He got injured in the last series and he couldn't finish that series, but he started off well, and this series is also a good one for Khurramshahzad. Apart from that, I still believe that we definitely need quality fast bowlers in our ranks who can bowl those red cherries at a proper pace and can seam them. Ahmed, you have played cricket, me and Asif. I'm not sure how would it happen that a new cherry in the hands of Pakistani fast bowler just couldn't swing at all. We have played club cricket. We bowled in the nets. We have bowled everywhere in Pakistan, I guess. And every now and then we used to, roll our arms, and that red cherry, the brand new red cherry, just swings, and that is it. But when we talk about this test match, primarily fourth or fifth over on those lush green areas, the ball stays new, I think, till 25th or 30th over most probably. They stay new and hard. But unfortunately, there was no swing after third, fourth or fifth over most probably. That is it. So I think we, as a bowling unit, we are afraid of bowling up there. We are afraid of giving the ball air to swing or seam out of the surface. So most probably either we are lack of ability to bowl swing, we lack those abilities, or most probably we are afraid that we are using those channel bowling, and most probably the channel, or we can say we are just bowling, rolling our arms over, and we are just not thinking about getting wickets. Most probably it's survival. We are more in the survival mode rather than the attacking mode. And
a defensive approach.
Yes, a defensive approach. That cost us so much in this test match. Most probably when 26 for 6, I wanted every single person in the ground to shout, to scream, to have those energy going in. Because as a batter, you came in 26 for 6 and so many noises and voices coming to your ear. It's always pressure. But the way these two guys have played and the way we have bowled, I think the pressure is on us.
It certainly is, and I think there's a lot that needs to be put into perspective. I must say, Asif Ahmed, you can better highlight this as well, that because Mir Hamza had that necessary domestic experience and an understanding of these conditions, he was the only one who understood that you need to pitch the ball up. Otherwise, our bowlers were either just too short or wavered outside the off stump or down the leg side.
But the skipper, Shan Masood, don't agree with both of you. He said that we played very aggressive cricket and keeping extra cover, not on the short position, short extra cover, no short mid on, no short mid off. That was actually strategy in the first 2 days. Why? Just because I think that he said we were trying to saving the boundaries, and same time we were trying to get a wicket as well. I think that was, for me, it's a defensive approach. It's not attacking approach, as Kashif was mentioning that. And you guys are talking about Mir Hamza. To be honest, that I have watched him in domestic cricket. He swung so nicely and he's so good with the new ball. But in this test match, he was rusty. I don't know why. Even early in the morning in the first session, when he was bowling, there wasn't any sort of aggression, and he was coming up with the same, and with an average approach. So I didn't like it. Rightly said by you that the aggression was not there, and the 26 for 6, when people are shouting, if I'm standing closer to the batter, I will definitely ask questions to the batter. I will just try to confuse him. And this is what Mehdi said, that I was a bit confused. But when I came there, positivity was there, energy was there. And I have started. And he said that the runs were coming so easily. They were taking singles because the fielder was deep or maybe coming, over the toes, no short fielders. That was a poor, I think, that was a poor strategy from the skipper, Shan Masood. And when we talk about that, why skipper is not responsible? Yes, skipper is responsible with the both. That 4 innings, what he has done, nothing extraordinary. And he gone to play a very rash shot. This is what we had discussed earlier as well, that no clue at all what you're doing, that it's coming away from your body. And you're just playing like this, and you're just throwing your wicket. You're not understanding, you're not taking responsibility. As Mamlina was talking about, and 5 lost, and Abdullah Shafiq went for a big shot against Shakib Al Hasan, and there was right. enough spin in the surface, and then he lost the wicket, and Pakistan lost the series.
I mean,
actually.
the audacity of some people to defend Shan Masood on the base of just a 50 runs he scored. The audacity. I mean, my goodness, I might say.
You could
But
only smile there.
Yes, that's the only thing I can do. It's a comedy of errors right now. But that being said, Asif, I know for a fact that you had a very interesting chat today with Mehdi Hasan Miraz, if I'm not wrong. So let's take a listen at that.
Mehdi, first of all, congratulations that you did a fantastic job. How was the tour of Pakistan?
Alhamdulillah, it was an excellent tour for us, and we really enjoyed that because first time I also played here in Test cricket, so it's amazing. Last time I also played Asia Cup in Lahore, so wicket is very good. So I'm really happy and enjoy a lot.
And how do you see the love came from the Pakistani supporters?
Yeah, definitely. The guys are very fantastic and help each other, and I think their hospitality is very fantastic and security is amazing. So I cannot believe that the security all the time they got hard work and lots of cars over there and here. So it's amazing. So we are really happy and hopeful. Our team also happy, so the guys are very fantastic.
And have you enjoyed the food? So what's your favorite food in Pakistan?
Definitely, Pakistani food is very nice, like kebab and also nihari and also roti, beautiful.
And what's your message for the Pakistani fans?
Yeah, definitely. Lots of crowds coming and they're watching the match, and I hope next time the guys are supporting Bangladesh.
And last question, that you guys won this series. How important and unforgettable for this?
Yeah, definitely. It's a fantastic series, and I hope our Bangladeshi people's lots of happy, and I hope that they are very enjoy because we won the match.
Well, there you have it. Remarkable chat by Asif with Mehdi Hasan Miraz. And I must say that he's not just a fan of the food, which he's enjoyed there, but he's also enjoyed Test cricket. So, a very interesting chat, Asif, that you had with Mehdi Hasan Miraz.
Yes, and interesting thinking that he likes Nihari like you. Of course, you are.
I don't like Nihari, Asif.
Kebab and roti. And
yes,
of course,
that I like.
Well, see, to be honest, as I was discussing earlier with you, that I was eyeing and I was just trying to take his interview from the day first. You know why? Just because I like his energy, and being youngster, when you're performing so well for your team. And their manager asked me that what kind of question you will ask. I said I will ask very simple questions, no more politics and nothing controversial questions. I will just ask about his favorite food in Pakistan and how he has enjoyed, and what about the weather. So I think that was a good talk, and after all, he's the player of the series as well.
And rightly deserved as well.
Yes,
I must
yes.
say that, you know, for I don't want to go there, but I think, Leena, you would really enjoyed this argument that at a point where one of the assistant coach had said we're not making pitches because we don't have spinners anymore, on the same pitch and in the same series, you know, we can talk about many things that have happened, but on the other hand, Mehdi Hasan Miraz ends up with the Player of the Series award.
Yeah, because he's got good skill, you know, he's got good experience. He's got 150 wickets already in Test cricket. He's got a few fifers under his belt. He knows the variation well. He knows when to push the ball, and in between he flights a few balls, changes his angle from in the first innings. We saw Arbaz totally was bowling from over the wicket. Not once did he want to change the angle and come from around the wicket. And I blame the management for that. The captain should have asked him to come and maybe come in around and bowl around the wicket and just for a few overs. So, you know, both Mehdi Hasan Miraz and Shakib, you know, they try different things. They try and push the ball. They try their variations in the middle. They always try and bowl a few slower ones, flighted ones, which are always, for a spinner, they're a lethal weapon. If you flight the ball, you mix it up nicely, you will get wickets. So, you know, that is why it's important for a spinner. And I said so that it's not a brass fault. He needs to be given a continuous go with Pakistan team. So he has confidence to try those variations. And the captain should ask them the bowler to change his angle. But there was one point I wanted to pick up on about Mir Hamza. I think he bowled really well when they were 26 for 6. He started the rod, but then Saud Shakil dropped the catch when Bangladesh hadn't even scored. Then, because he was bowling fuller, there was an LBW review that Shan Masood should have taken. He didn't take. Shadman was out then also. But I like the fact that he was trying to bowl full and in that 4 to 6 meters length rather than the 6 to 8 meters length. I think both Khurram and Mir Hamza were bowling in that 4 to 6 meter length and occasionally trying the Yorker also. So I would like to congratulate these two men who have bowled really well. As regards to the swing and why it doesn't swing too much, I think I've got the Kookaburra ball to blame. I think we shouldn't play Test cricket with the Kookaburra ball. Now that some Aristotle is said that we should play the domestic cricket with the Duke's ball, I think we should also play the Test cricket with the Duke's ball also. There should be consistency. If domestic cricket we are going to in red ball, we are using the Duke's ball, then in Test cricket also at home we should use the Duke ball. These are minor common sense issues, and they should be dealt with. I mean, they're not that difficult, I mean, that's why I feel some Aristotle making those decisions. I mean, they're beyond me. But the Pakistani fast bowlers, I think, did bowl. And talking about the fuller length, I think Kashif was talking about it. I love the fuller length, and all of you know about it. But you need a certain amount of fitness to continuously bowl in that 4 to 6 meter length, because you have to bend your back more to pitch up ahead close to the batsman and get him driving. And if you bowl shorter, less energy is used, don't have to bend your back so much. To bowl fuller continuously, you have to bend your back more. And I think these bowlers are not fully fit. They need to be fitter. Even Shaheen and Naseem need to be fitter, and even the domestic bowlers who did quite well, by the way, need to be more fitter to bowl in that 4 to 6 meters channel, and some bowls even in the 2 meter occasional surprise delivery in the Yorker length, 2 meter length also.
Well, certainly, that being said, I mean, we just, in the visuals, you just saw the chances that were missed as well, because categorically, Kashif, why wouldn't, there you go once again, why wouldn't you have a third slip? Why? What's the trick over here?
Captain is unsure about himself, about his position in the team, about his performances with the bat. He started off well in Australia, everybody praised him, and he scored some runs there, and so most probably he'll be feeling much more confident. Fast forward 9 months in Pakistan, there's lot much happening in dugout in Pakistan Cricket Board. Most probably he'll be with the body language of Shan Masood, I can suggest that he's feeling low, and most probably he's feeling a lot of pressure from his players, from the Pakistan Cricket Board, and so many other factors. So he's just not there, and it's important, being the captain of a test side, that you know the strengths of your team, your bowlers, your batters, and everybody who's part of that complete squad. And he's still unsure that if he wanted to take one side pack, he wanted to pack one side and ask their bowlers to bowl at those channels. He was just not there. It's a very simple field set without being so much mind or so much brain put into it. It's just things that happening with the flow, and there is no one to stop them. There is no one to intercept them, and there is no one to improvise them. And most probably Shan Masood was just standing there. He's just the captain and not a thinking brain in this particular 2 matches.
Well, he must have a real thinking brain if he can say that I'm not going anywhere. That requires a lot of thought. But that being said, I think it's just a very, very difficult phase in Pakistan cricket at the moment. Kashif Majid, Asif Ahmed and Leena Moin Aziz, thank you very much for joining us. Before we go, we've got a very special update to share with you. When you talk about boxing, once again Pakistan is shining on the global stage. We talk about the Asian Junior Boys and Girls Boxing Championship in Abu Dhabi in the UAE, and Pakistan's boxer Aisha Mumtaz has now qualified for the semi-final. She has of course defeated her opponent from Vietnam, Thi Hong, in the 46 kilogram category, and of course she's qualified for the semi-final. So congratulations to her. This is absolutely fantastic news when you talk about Aisha. And of course the semi-final was an absolute galore as well. The semi-final is going to be a galore. She's going to be facing her opponent from India, and which is going to be, of course, on the 6th of September when this fight takes place. Juni from India is going to battle with Aisha in that semi-final spot. So congratulations to Aisha. It's a great news for Pakistan's boxing and of course for girls boxing as well in particular. That of course wraps it up from me and the entire team. It's goodbye for now.